Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 2 of Two Yellow Girls.
No, yeah. Wait, I was about to say.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, it's fine.
We're still new at, or I'm still new at this. Okay,
And both
so
of us.
yes, today we're going to be talking about the other person on this podcast book that they came out with just a few days ago. And so, person,
Other person. Not like we know each other or anything.
that would be weird.
I know.
Anyways,
I found you on Craigslist.
rent a friend. Okay, so you came out with this new book, and
Yes, I did.
can you tell me about it? Like, what is it about?
Okay, so it's about, the afterlife, and it's like a reinterpretation of Christian theology. So basically, it's about when you die, like, where do you go, But, you think based on your actions in life, you go to heaven or hell. But, the reality is in the afterlife, well, not the reality, but in my book, the afterlife is all messed up and there's only hell. So everyone just defaults as a demon. And then it kind of, and yeah, so that's kind of
And
the gist of it.
this is fiction, right? And it's like,
Yes, it is. It's like dark fantasy. Yeah.
mm.
hmm
So you said it was about Christian theology? Is that
Yeah.
what you said? Did you have
Yeah.
to do a lot of research on that before you started writing or during the process?
Um, yeah, I actually did a lot of research during the process, and like I combined a lot of um elements of different mythologies. So there's like Christian theology and terms in there. Uh I like have a character named, I don't know how to pronounce it, I don't want to be disrespectful, but named like Nahash. She's the, like, in the Garden of Eden, which in my book is called the Garden of Adam and Eve. There's like a snake, and she's in my book, but her name is derived from Hebrew. And then there's Cerberus. I don't know how to say the name, but the three-headed dog that comes from, I'm trying to think. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Christian, right? Yeah, there's that
Yeah.
too. So yeah, but I didn't do like a ton of research. And then I also looked up the seven princes of hell. They're included in there too, but it's really mostly my imagination and like how I think the afterlife should work. So yeah, if that
So
makes sense.
is it kind of like your own beliefs written out into a novel, would you say?
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously some parts are more like like fantasized to make it more exciting. And like
Hmm.
I don't know if I actually believe in this, but yeah.
And just to kind of like get a background, your religion is, and you were brought up in a blank household.
Oh, got it. Okay, actually, so this is how, like, I'll tell you how my story came around because it's actually really tied to that. But I grew up in like an atheist household, like super atheist. My dad believes in the Big Bang Theory. When we die, we just die. We don't go anywhere. It's just like strictly, very science based. And so obviously that's what I believed for a really long time. But there is this, when I was in elementary school, I had, my friend was Catholic, and this new girl moved to our class, and she was atheist, and she told people like, oh, I'm atheist, blah blah. My friend who's Catholic is like, oh, like she's gonna go to hell for her beliefs because she's atheist. And I was like, I was in fourth grade and I was terrified. I was like, I'm atheist. Am I going to hell? Is this how this works? And so, even though I was raised in an atheist family, I think about the other religions a lot, and I just have thought about it for so long that I just created like an entire world. And so that's where the ideas for this book came from. So yeah, but like, to me, I guess I wrote it as a way of processing my fear, like when I was in fourth grade, I faked my Christianity. That sounds so bad, but like from first grade to fourth grade, when I was at my old school, like I pretended I went to church every Sunday because my friend was so adamant on condemning people if they were not her religion. And so when I was young at night, I'd be like, am I actually going to hell? Like, why can't I choose what I believe in? And like, who says everything that, everyone says is right? So I guess I wrote this book as a way for me to try and understand and like her beliefs and justify it. And like, and I don't know how it is in the Bible, but like, never mind, I don't think that in there. Anyways, that you can cut that out. That's
I probably
the
will,
inspiration
but
for this book.
anyways, it seems like this friend had quite the impact on you.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. I don't know if she was
Oh,
my
it's not
friend or
me.
not. Oh, not you. Definitely not you.
I know.
I moved
I'm just saying.
in fifth grade, and it was a lot better, but she had a lot of impact on my life.
But you didn't
That's all
start
I'm gonna
writing this
say.
book in fourth grade, right?
No, I didn't. I
You
started in well, not to flex, but I finished my first novel in summer before sophomore year. So I started that summer. Yeah, I started summer before sophomore year.
So this one took 2 years?
I finished it
Or
the
1 year?
winter of sophomore year, so 6 months. But I didn't publish it until this quarantine because I wasn't planning on publishing it, but
Oh,
it
what
was
changed
really
your mind?
successful. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
What changed my mind? Yeah. Well, wow, I feel so cool. I'm just such an author. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Well, what did change it? Well, first of all, quarantine, I was like, what should I do this quarantine? And I've been wanting to publish a book, but I couldn't decide if I wanted to go the traditional route or the self-publishing route. But I finished my third novel in quarantine. So that one, I will go the traditional route. I'm going to try. And then this one, I had on this website called Booksy, I had a pretty big like audience, not
Oh,
that
how
big, but
big?
it has like 15,000 views.
Wow.
Thank you. And so I was like, I feel like this one will be more successful, and it's not as like the other one is more complicated, the world building, and this one's it's more straightforward because the mythology kind of builds the world for you. So I thought this would be more successful, like self-publishing wise. So quarantine, and that is, I guess, why. So, coronavirus, some good things out here, I guess, for people. I think a lot of people are writing books right now, stuff like that.
Mhm. And I just want to put into perspective that it's a big book. Like, let's see, there's over 400 pages in it, just so that our listeners know.
Wow.
Like,
Thank
it's
you.
not just like one of those small To Kill a Mockingbird books. It's pretty big.
Thank you.
And
Is the font kind of big?
really?
Like, is it? I can't tell. I'm not good with fonts. Do you think it's big?
I don't read often. But I'm gonna read this one because you wrote it.
Thank you.
But so I don't really know what the normal font
Yeah.
size is,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
it looks like a good Times New Roman, maybe.
Yeah. I don't really remember what font it is, but
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
I
Well,
mean
thank you.
it looks like a good font.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
spent hours, meticulously going through each one. No, I'm kidding. I think I picked the one right under. No, I was gonna pick Times New Roman, but I didn't want to be basic, so I picked a really similar looking one.
Like maybe Corbin or Montserrat.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, I remember now. I picked Georgia.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah. She's a font connoisseur. I am not.
looks like doubles. Okay, let's move on. So, what was the writing process like?
Okay, well, I really like writing. So I guess for me, like I get a huge burst of, well, okay, for this one I've been thinking about it for so many years, so I already knew, but like normally I guess for like the other novels I have more like this one I could just like sit down whenever and write. So I usually set aside some time. Actually, I don't set aside any time. I wrote this during the summer. Okay, actually, yeah, sorry. I'm trying to figure, I don't even remember, but I write for like 3 hours straight or like 4 hours straight because I really do love doing it. It's definitely like very, very fun for me. And so I'll just like, but the thing about me is like I write best when I'm sad and when it's nighttime. So I'll write from like 11 to 1 or like 11 to 2 or 10 to 1 or something like that. Those are like the best hours. And then I went on a oh, anyways, writing process. Yeah, so it's just kind of like I kind of just word vomit it out,
Mhm.
you know, like every week. And I had to post. I promised my readers to post every Sunday, so I like made sure every Sunday I'd like edit everything I'd written. Sometimes I'd finish it that Sunday and then I'd post it. Obviously, no one was pressuring me because I wasn't it wasn't that good, but like I just felt like I should get it up every week. It would motivate me. So that's how I finished it within 6 months, and
And that was on Wattpad, right?
that was on Booksy and Wattpad. Yeah,
Mm.
both of them. I don't have on Wattpad. It didn't get that many views. It's fine. It's okay.
I mean, that's just all the fan fiction, so it's okay anyways.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll write a fan fiction. No, I'm kidding. I don't think I'll do that. Yeah. But yeah, actually, the reason why I finished this, okay, so like I finished it, I started in June 2018. I finished it December, I think January of 2019, maybe. But I was actually like, I remember I had like 10 chapters left, beginning of December. But then we went on a trip to Cabo and I had a lot of time and I actually got bit by a dog there. So the last few days I didn't really do anything and I couldn't sleep because I had a fear I had a rabies. So I just completely just like took out those last 10 chapters that trip. So yeah, that's how I finished.
That's
That
how
was
you
the
do it.
process. Yep, just
Get
get
bit
bitten
by
by a
a
dog.
dog. No, that was a fun weekend though. Or
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah.
remember that. Yeah, good
So,
New
as
Year's.
in process, like, did you? Because I'm not a writer, so I don't know how this works. But do you come up with the plot twist first and like all of
Oh,
that
I
stuff,
see.
and then
This
build
is
them in the like
a
meat,
very
I guess?
interesting question. Okay,
Okay.
it's actually okay. So what I did before each one, I remember I have my notebook over there, but I like write out an outline, which actually I don't really recommend because my recent novel, I didn't write an outline. I just kind of went with the flow, and it was like it turned out more interesting and more fun. But so like okay, so here's the pros of outlining your writing. When you outline your writing you have like structure and you can like you'll hit all the events in the correct order and there's less plot holes. And like my the first chapter to your novel is really key, so like you have to make sure you don't dump information about the world to your reader. Like you can't just like word vomit, oh, in this world like there's only hell and heaven. But you have to like integrate it with your plot. So when you outline your writing, it's a lot easier to like integrate your plot without dumping information. But it makes the writing more dry and like you have to follow an outline. You have to make sure you hit these events this chapter. You have to finish this book by this point the main character needs to have figure something out or whatever, and then by this point the story needs to end. So it's like it kind of takes away the fun of it. But then on the other hand, so my most recent novel, I like didn't outline it at all. I just wrote whatever I wanted. And I'm a lot more proud of it writing wise. Like it's more, and I think the world is more creative and stuff. But the thing is, my first chapter sucks. Like, it just isn't as like engaging and as gripping as like this one. So I guess that's another problem with not outlining your writing. I guess those are the two ways you can write a novel. Or you could, I have an English teacher, this, I won't say his name, but I talked to him about how to write, and what he does is he like writes the ending, and then he calls it like throwing it as far as you can. So you take the ending and then you throw it, and then you kind of just, you know, make sure you get to that point, but like it doesn't matter how you get there. So I think that's actually the smartest way to write it, because you can't have no structure, because then you might never finish your book. But then if you have too much structure, it takes the fun away from it. So yeah.
So just like finding the balance, I guess.
Yes, definitely.
So returning back to this recent book that you came out with, is there a certain favorite part that you're like, wow, I'm really clever for putting this in?
My gosh, you can't. Wow, I feel okay. Well, I guess I might have to spoil something. No. I mean, can I guess it'd be a spoiler.
It's okay, go for it.
Okay, so like at the beginning of the book, you okay, I won't spoil something too cute, or not like, but like so like at the beginning of the book you learn that like okay, so everyone, I'm so sorry, this is a mess, but like everyone defaults as a demon. So it doesn't matter how you behave during your lifetime, right? Everyone's a demon. So you don't know who deserves to be there, who doesn't, or like deserves, you know, whatever. So everyone's in hell. And then you learn that like some demons can remember what happened during their life. And then some demons, you know, have no memory of their life. And like you don't really get an explanation why. Anyways, so the main character meets like these terrorists that bomb they just terrorize other demons in hell for no reason, or you think there's no reason. So then at the end of the book, she actually needs their help to do something. So she like goes to like form an alliance with these terrorists, but like she doesn't like them, you know, because you know they're terrorists, they're just bombing people, they don't need to do that. So then you learn that these terrorists, one thing they all have in common is that they can remember what they their lifetime, like they can remember they have memories of when they were alive. And so and then what I did this is because everyone who can remember when they were alive were actually supposed to be going to heaven, but you know they defaulted to hell. So then these terrorists feel like, you know, they didn't deserve to be in hell. Like, I spent so many years, like I didn't do anything wrong when I was alive, so why am I in hell? And they feel this revenge, so they all like allied together to, like, they felt like it was their duty to punish the people in hell, for like the people who deserve to be there, because no one's doing it, because everyone goes to hell, and that's why they choose to be terrorists. Does that make sense? I was just like, I was really proud of that. I was kind of, I don't know.
Does this like have a deeper meaning that relates to something that you see in the modern day society? Or like people who feel like it's their duty to
yeah
yeah
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's more like, I guess, like, yeah, I don't know if I like try to connect it to the modern world, but it's definitely like, if I you know, was sent to hell, I guess it's like this dilemma that I had. Like, I feel like I, you know, haven't really like committed a sin. I haven't murdered anyone. Hopefully not. I'm just kidding. I haven't. Okay. But but like, if I went to hell and I was like, you know, so like one of the characters, the leader of this group of terrorists, she was like a teacher when she was alive. She like volunteered. She was a good person. She was like your outline of a good person. And so when she got to hell, she was like, what happened? Like, why am I here? I feel like I don't deserve to be here. And I feel like I'd have that anger, or like people would have that anger. And like, I just wanted to see it manifested in a really bad way, because you think terrorists are just automatically really bad people, but you see that these people were actually the good ones, and now they're turning into like such terrible people. And it's like, this is what living in this kind of environment can do to you. So yeah, I guess that was my inspiration for the idea.
Yeah, that's like really ironic how it turns that kind of good person just bad.
Yeah.
I feel like if I think about this one, I can think of something deeper to say.
It's okay. I mean, you can, and then you can just like connect the audios.
But then it won't be like genuine part of the podcast.
That's true.
I need to like think of it right now.
Okay.
In the meantime, would you say that your characters are based off of any people you know, or like take inspiration from your everyday occurrences?
Maybe like appearance wise, I'm definitely like taking some from some people, you know, like the main character. I hope she looks like me, but I don't think she does.
Is she Asian?
I don't know. I leave that up to the reader. I didn't define any races in the book, I don't think. But because I didn't want to do that. I don't think I did. Hopefully I didn't. But yeah, like I guess like in order for me to write from the main character's perspective, which I write from multiple perspectives. So like, I don't know. But I just want to see like what decisions would I make in that situation. So like maybe there are some similarities, but like I don't think there's like a carbon copy of a person I know in real life. Because yeah.
So this character is very street smart.
I don't know. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
You can be the judge of that.
Yes, I'm very excited now.
Yay.
Still trying to think of something deep to say about that.
It's all good.
So is it like these characters, they did it for the purpose of not just being like a good person, but for the purpose they were good people so that they would eventually end up in heaven? Was that their motive? I don't know if this makes sense, you know?
Like you're saying, like when they were good in life, like were they doing it because they're actually good or because they wanted to go to heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because they wanted to go to heaven. And I feel like a lot of people I know are like not I know, but like, you know, like my friend, she, you know, like I don't think it's a good thing to condemn someone you don't even know to hell, right? Like it's like you just met this classmate, you're in 4th grade, why are you telling people that? But I feel like she thinks it's her duty to say that so she can go to heaven, which, you know, I'm not gonna like I can understand that because, you know, hell is a scary place. So I think I took this attitude that some people have and I like wanted to show it in the book. So yeah, but it's not meant to be like offensive or anything. I mean, I guess I would be the same way too, I guess. I don't know, I'm just, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I don't mean to get like, you know, I don't know how to say it, like controversial, I guess, but it's just like I feel like oftentimes there's this what is that word? It's like when people of one religion think that because they are of that religion, they are supreme or like above others.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a word for it, I know it's out there, but I forget what it is. Kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, and it's like I like this concept, I guess it plays with the question like is anyone even really good or worse than the other, or are they just doing it for the motive of, you know, going to heaven, not going to hell? And like it's when like hell is the only option, I guess, that the true colors of who they were during their life comes out. So I don't know, I guess that's like,
so that everyone so like in the end everybody still ends up in hell because their motives
actually no, but like no, but continue.
Like because when they're in hell they still end up doing these bad things and it shows their true colors, like you said.
Yeah.
So everyone, no matter what, always ends up in hell. Is
that's like
kind of what it is?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you know, obviously they're gonna get heaven back, you know, that's the whole purpose of the story is to retake heaven. But it's like by the time they retake heaven and people can go back to heaven. It's like, do they even deserve to be there at that point? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but like that's for the sequel. So I'm just kidding.
But then it like kind of makes you think, like, is there such thing, or like, is there even a difference between just what, or like, how do you know if you're doing something out of true intentions, or what are those true intentions versus like just doing it because you know you should do that, or like, do you know what I'm talking about?
So like your question like, how do you know you're like, you genuinely want to do something good, or like you want to do it for this unconscious hope that you're going to go to heaven? Is that
Yes, that was
okay.
so well summed up.
Oh, no, thank you. That's the thing. Like, I don't think anyone will ever know. Like, it's not like, I don't think people do it on purpose. Like, obviously doing good, whether you want to go somewhere or whether you actually want to do good, is good either way. It's better than, murdering people for no reason. But it's like, I guess that's the whole point of this. Like, these terrorists who end up bombing other people in hell, like, if they had gone to heaven, you would never thought they would end up being these people. So you can't really tell, I guess. Like, you'll never know.
Yeah.
So,
I know we can't really equate this to anything because it's like such a big concept, I guess. But like, kind of reminds me of the college admission process. Like, kids.
Yeah.
You don't know if kids are doing projects for themselves or if they're just doing it because of college, or maybe unknowingly doing these projects to do volunteer work and help out others for that end goal.
I know, I agree.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely
definitely sad.
World.
It is. It's never black and white.
It's rainbow.
Yes.
I feel like as we grow up more and more, we just see how there's so many more shades of
Definitely. Shades of Grey.
Oh.
Which is a wildly successful book, which is so fantastic.
Wait, is that why it's called that? Because it's talking about how the world's black and white?
Really? I don't think...
That what? I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. Can you tell me?
50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any deeper meaning to that movie, except like BDSM and that stuff. I think it's called 50 Shades of Grey is because the guy, the love interest, his last name is Grey. Oh. He has like so many layers to him. It's like, so many shades to him. But like, I don't actually think it has any deep. It's like it was a Twilight fan fiction, and then it got published.
Just like after Harry Potter.
Yep.
I'm no Harry Styles. This would have been like such a good name, like for some deeper meaning, like black and white.
I know. No, I remember being intrigued by the title. I was in 3rd grade and I was at Barnes and Noble with my mom, and I like picked up 50 Shades of Grey, and I'm like, what is this? And then like this person working there was like, I don't think you should be reading that. So I was like, oh, okay.
And so that's when what it was. You decided you had to read the book.
I've actually never read the book. I don't want to either. I've seen the movies though. They're really funny. Really good comedic material right there.
Oh my gosh, we've completely diverged from the topic.
It's okay. It's all good. It's our podcast.
Anyways, was there any setbacks while writing your book?
I guess I was really scared I was going to offend. Like, I was like, actually, this book was for myself, but like, so like while writing it, I don't think there was any setbacks because it was so much fun to write and think about these things. But like right before publishing it and while editing it is where all the setbacks come. So like, because I have a lot of self-doubt. Like when I was editing it, I was like, like, am I going to offend people? Is this even interesting? Because like once you read it over so many times by yourself, you don't even know what's getting more. And like when I like the first few times I read it, I was like, wow, like this is not bad. And like by the third time you start nitpicking everything, and I start like hating everything I write. It's like I like try to like tear apart everything, and I end up hating it. So like it's really hard dealing with the doubt, and also trying to figure out like, should I go the traditional route? Should I self-publish it? And just a lot of doubt. That was the biggest self-doubt, is the biggest thing. I think that's a common thing for girls. Like there's so much self-doubt. Girls always doubt themselves and think they have to be perfect, and like the book has to be perfect, and you're never going to be the same level. And like sometimes you just have to do it. Like it doesn't matter anymore. Like, you know, girls do amazing stuff, but then they just like feel like, you know, they can't compete with all the other stuff. But sometimes you just have to do it. You just say fuck it, and then just do it.
That's why Nike has such a great slogan. Yes, thank you.
I know, they're probably like trying to think of a slogan, and they're like, let's just do it. And then
yeah,
and then they're like, just do it, that's it.
Yeah, honestly, it's a great slogan, and I tell myself that all the time. Just like, should I raise my hand in class? Just do it.
Just do it.
And my hand goes up, and the teacher turns around so they don't see me. So then when they turn back around, I put it back.
You're like, should I put my hand back down? Just do it.
Yes. Should I eat the ice cream? Just do it.
Just do it.
I mean, it could be used anyway, just like most quotes, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know? You always find a quote for whatever situation you need, or, you know.
Yeah. Like, you know, I just pull out my book of inspirational quotes. Like, oh, page 10 is the quote I need right now.
Yeah, or like, says, go with the flow. And then there's the other quote that says, don't go with the flow, be the one that
yeah.
That's my favorite, like, one to give an example of, because it's just so contradictory.
I know. I feel like some people just like can't come up with quotes for the sake of coming up. Like I feel like if you're a famous person, you just have to have a quote.
Yeah, I mean, everything you say is a quote at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess it's just like really depends on the situation. And there's always doubt, like you said, when you're writing this book or doing whatever, I guess. It's just taking that leap of faith.
Exactly.
I think our podcast is going to come to an end soon. Is there anything else you would like to add, Miss Author Woman?
Not really. Actually, Fiverr has really good cover artists. So,
is this an ad?
I know, Fiverr should sponsor me. Just kidding. No sponsors. No product mission
for sponsors.
Yeah. No. But like, yeah, I guess if anyone listening wants to publish a book, that's a good place to go. Yep.
Or anyways, check out this book. Are we going to plug it or no?
Do you want them to know who I am? Who we are?
No, it's too early.
No. Okay, yeah, it's fine. We won't plug it.
But
it
is a book with 418 pages.
Yep.
That's your hint. Go out and set it. If you find out which book it is, you get $100.
Not
Maybe
actually.
they need more hints.
Nah, it's fine.
There's red on the cover.
There is? It's orange to me.
I mean, there might be a little bit of red on there.
There's probably red on it. Yeah, there's red on it. Do you like the cover? Is it nice?
Yes.
Thank you.
I feel like it's very your like aesthetic.
Oh, thanks.
Like action movie, maybe. I don't know what like this type of genre is called.
Fantasy?
Yes.
Dark fantasy.
Dark fantasy.
There's like more mature themes, darker themes.
It's not dystopian, right?
No, it's not dystopian.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you, listener, for joining us on today's podcast hosted by me.
Thank you, guys.
And interviewing her. I I don't know what I'm saying.
Because I'm definitely a world famous author, guys. No, I'm kidding.
Soon to
I'm going to
be,
be.
one day.
Okay. Wow.
Very soon.
No, I don't think very soon.
She's just being humble because if she was arrogant, it'd like look really bad.
Yeah, guys, no, I'm already the best author, like, trust me.
It's true. Anyways, thank you for joining us on Two Yellow
Girls.
Girls.
Oh, we said that completely different.
I
Okay.
know. Let me end this.